Hello, Diane here for Vlogmas Day 17, Friday the 17th. Believe it or not, it's late. Well, it's not late. It is dark out. It's about 7 p.m. I never picked up my camera or my phone today. It was a whirlwind day, one thing after another, since I got up. And I got up pretty early. And I didn't go anywhere today, so I don't know where the time went, but it went. So I'm here to say hello and bring you through my evening. What I have planned to tell you, I want to tell you about yesterday. If you watched my video yesterday, there's a section of my video where there's no sound, and that's intentional. What happened after I recorded and I edited, then you export it, then you upload it, then YouTube does its processing thing first for standard definition, and no, I think it does high def first. Then the last thing it does is go through standard definition. And I was coming back and forth into the room to see if it was done. This is last night, and it was like, usually my videos, the longest are usually around 30 minutes, and those should only take about 15 minutes to upload. Usually mine are short. When they're shorter, it's quick. So I came back in, and it was up to an hour and 20 minutes that it was going to have to be processing, and I said, what the heck is going on here? And then I looked, and there's this big red alert, and it was a copyright infringement. I had a copyright infringement on my video, and they said it couldn't be posted as it was, and also I wouldn't be paid. If I was a monetized channel, I wouldn't get any payment for any views that this video got because there's a copyright infringement. So there was a box to check if you wanted to fix it. And I did want to fix it because otherwise I would have to start over. You can't just fix a video once it's on YouTube because you can't do certain things to it once it's up. So you'd have to make another one. Take that one down and make another one. So now it was getting later and later, and I wanted to get it posted for the day. So I checked off something. What happened was this. When I was in, and I thought about it too, when I was in Michael's, they were playing all Christmas music in the background. And I listened. And I didn't hear anything like Mariah Carey or, you know, even old-time the Chiffons or the Shirelles with all their old-fashioned Christmas music, or Bing Crosby. I didn't hear any of that. Not that I paid that much attention to it, but I said, I know that you can get dinged for copyright infringement if you can't play music on your YouTube channel. So I didn't totally pay attention, because by the time I got to a certain section, apparently Frosty the Snowman by Martina McBride was playing, and I didn't even remember hearing it. So that was what they dinged me on, and they said that's a copyright infringement. You can't play that music on your video. How would you like to fix it? Here are your choices. Take down the video, or there were 3 choices. One of them was to just remove the music, which I couldn't do now that it was already uploaded. The last choice was just remove the sound from the bad part of the video. Just have the sound removed. All sound would be removed. So if you see my video, or if you saw it last night, you'll see there's a section where it's just quiet with no sound, no music, no talking. So that's what happened. And that's the first time it's happened to me, because I usually take care not to have my car radio on if I'm in the car talking, because I know it's like one of the most common things that people talk about on YouTube is that they get dinged for copyright infringement. So it happened to me yesterday, but the video's up. So that's one thing I wanted to tell you about. And then I had some good news today. The end of the summer, last summer or early fall, I bought a new sewing machine. I bought a Bernina, and I bought the 790 plus, which means the plus part means I got the embroidery unit with it. However, when I bought it, as I was, you know, you buy it but you don't get it right away because sometimes they don't have them in stock or whatever. Well, she had it in stock, but by the time we went back and forth about me, oh, I was bringing in a trade. That's right. So I had to. So anyway, when it came to the day I picked up my machine, I saw online that the new ones were coming out, and the 790 Plus had a new embroidery unit that was faster and quieter, I think it is. And so I said, wow, I just bought this. So I asked Karen at Blaine's Sewing Center in Cranston, I asked her if I could trade this up. She goes, well, it might take a long time to get it because I'm having a hard time getting new machines. Like everything else, everything's on a boat somewhere, you know, and it's taking a long time to get the products in. So I said, well, that's okay. I'm going to have enough to learn. I got a big enough learning curve learning this new Bernina, never mind the embroidery unit. I have an embroidery machine that I can continue to use. Then you ask, if you have an embroidery machine, why are you buying another one? Well, mine's getting old. I'm afraid it might break, but I don't know. I don't think it will. Not really think it will break, but I wanted the ability to have more flexibility in how I can do designs, but I won't get into all those details. So anyway, I took the boxes home, and I have this big box. It still has the original strapping wire on it. It's in the living room on my love seat. It switches from the love seat to the treadmill to this other table in there, depending on what I'm doing. So I don't want to open it because I'm trading up. I'm going to trade up a little more cash, of course, and get the brand new unit. But every time I go in, like I went in around Halloween for some thread for my Halloween pumpkins I was making, or I went in, even anytime I go in for something, I ask, is there any word on the machines, like any... Nothing, no word. Well, today I got the phone call. Kate from Blaine's called me and said my embroidery unit is in. So I can go pick it up Tuesday. See, they're open. They're closed Sunday and Monday. Today is Friday, so I didn't want to go tomorrow because I've got other things to pick up tomorrow, and Saturdays is crazy in there. I've been in there on a Saturday before. And when you're picking up something, you want to make sure you go in at a time where it's not too crazy in case you have questions, and they've turned into a very busy store. So I'm going Tuesday at noontime. And pick up my new embroidery unit. So I told her, that's going to be my Christmas present to me. It's paid for except for whatever they're going to charge me the difference. I know they gave me a quote. It wasn't an official quote. I don't have a piece of paper or anything, but I've got an idea how much it's going to be. So that was exciting news for me today. And what else? I didn't do all my cleaning today like I was supposed to. I didn't do any of my sewing then today like I was supposed to. Oh, wow. What did I do? Well, I did things all around the house, and I cooked, I cleaned. It's Friday. I usually do my cleaning on Friday. Like, I didn't do my major top-to-toe cleaning that I wanted to do today, but I did my Friday cleaning, like all the dusting and sweeping in the bathrooms and all that kind of stuff. And I cooked, and I made some more soup. I made some other stuff. So anyway, oh, and I had mailed out half of my Christmas cards, but I didn't mail out the second half. And I have them all done, and they are written. The envelopes are written. The stamps are on it. Everything's ready to go. I just have to put the cards in the envelopes tomorrow morning. I'm going out tomorrow morning, so I'll mail the second half of my cards. That was a big hurdle that I didn't seem to be able to get over this year. I don't even know why. But anyway, what I think I'm going to do for the rest of this video is it's time for me to start making stuff for the holidays, like making pastries and sweets and stuff. So tonight I am going to show you my most requested item at the holidays, and it's fudge. It's the Never Fail fudge. Maybe you already make it. I looked up Never Fail fudge today, and there are so many recipes for Never Fail fudge, and each one is different. But most of them have marshmallow fluff in them, and mine doesn't have that. There are some recipes that are some of the recipes that are similar to mine are called 2-ingredient fudge, although mine has more than 2 ingredients, because you can make a really nice fudge apparently with some semi-sweet chocolate morsels and sweetened condensed milk. That's it. Those are the two ingredients. I've never done that either, but it looks pretty easy because you don't have, although mine is pretty easy too. Sweetened condensed milk and Toll House morsels, semi-sweet morsels, but mine has also vanilla extract, and I generally put nuts in it because my husband really likes the nuts in the fudge. If I put the nuts in the fudge, I won't eat it because since I had the diverticulitis, I can't eat nuts. So that's been I put the nuts in all the cookies I bake and in the fudge, in the brownies, because I can't eat them. So it keeps me out of the sweets, which is a real good strategy for me. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to go over into the kitchen as soon as my husband finishes eating in there, and I will make the fudge because it's quick and easy. You don't even have to cook it because I make it in the microwave now. Is that lady? I used to cook it over a double boiler, but that can be tricky because when you put your chocolate chips over a double boiler, you have to be pretty savvy about when it's going to just start. It goes from nice and smooth to kind of pasty, and then you can never get it back. They say you can put in some coconut oil or something to make it come back, but it's never right. The consistency's never right. But doing it in the microwave, I think you have a better shot at not wrecking your chocolate. So I'll show you that recipe real quick, and that'll be Vlogmas for today. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes in the kitchen. Okay. Here we are with the Never Fail fudge recipe. I will write these instructions in the description box in case somebody wants to make it. It's very simple. It yields 1 3/4 pounds of fudge, which is a lot. When you cut that up into squares and put it in nice Christmas giving boxes, it looks good. It looks good. So this recipe was based on 6-ounce packages of chocolate chips. It wants you to put in 3 6-ounce packages of chocolate chips, and I have to say these are semi-sweet. Semi-sweet makes the best fudge. A 14-ounce of sweetened condensed milk, you know, the Eagle brand. I'll show you a picture of it. A dash of salt, 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1/2 cup of chopped nuts. That's the basic recipe, okay? Then this pot you don't need because this is over low heat, melt the chips, blah blah blah. We're gonna use the microwave because this is a very old recipe. I don't remember exactly where I got it, but that was back in the day when you wrote down recipes. So nowadays, most of the semi-sweet chocolate morsels come in a package of about 12 ounces. If you can find the 18-ounce pack, that's good. I've got 12 here. I need another 6. I've just measured out 6 ounces in the mini chocolate chips. So these, if you get the mini chips, melts even quicker. Now, I have the Eagle brand condensed milk here. Show you this. It's that's what it looks like. It's 14 ounces. It's a tiny can. I just took it out of a bowl of hot water. What I do in order to make it easier to get out of the can, I soak it in hot water a few minutes before I'm going to make the fudge. So here we have the 18 ounces of chocolate chips. Then I'll open up this can. They're nice. They have the Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tops, not Pop-Tarts. No Pop-Tarts in this recipe. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with my language? Okay, here, it's kind of warm, so I should show you this way. See how easy it pours out? It pours out very easily. If it's cold, it can be very thick and hard to get out of the can. So spatula is your good friend with this. Just, now you don't have to put the nuts in it. If you didn't put the nuts in it and then put the vanilla in it, which some recipes say you don't really need vanilla in fudge. But this was the recipe I got years ago, and I made it the first time and everyone loved it and everyone's wanted it every Christmas. I don't make it except for Christmas and Thanksgiving. That's when I make it, unless someone requests it. So I'm just going to mix this a bit. I can even smell the tiny chocolate chips smelling like they're melting already, because not that the condensed milk is that warm, but it's a little warm. Okay, I'm going to start off with 1.5 minutes in the microwave because some of my chips are very small. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Now, I didn't let it go the full 1.5 minutes. As you can see, it's really nice and smooth, and everything looks like it's melted. So I'm going to go with this. It smells great. I mean, it didn't even take us 2 minutes, right? And here we are, melted. Now, what you're going to do with the mix is you're going to take this happens to be an 8x8. You can use an 8x8 or a 9x9 can. And I put some parchment paper in it. You won't even have to wash your dish. I mean, you do, but it's no big deal to wash it if you put the parchment paper in it. And leave enough on the side so that you can grab it out. So that's where the fudge will go. We want to put in our 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. I think you'll like this recipe because you can just do this when you're waiting for something else to cook or something. Usually I'd have my vanilla open, but this is a new bottle. Come on open. Ooh. I think that's the thing. Want to get rich quick. Make products that are easy to open for the elderly. There are so many things I'm having such a hard time with these days. Alright, 1.5 teaspoons. There's 1. There's a half. Okay, and it says 1/2 cup of nuts. You can leave the nuts out if you'd rather. My husband likes heavy on the nuts, so rather than a half, I put a full cup of chopped. Today I'm using walnuts. I think pecans are the best. I like the way they taste in fudge. They're a nice soft nut. But he likes the walnuts, and I don't care because I'm not eating it. So I just mix this up and turn it into the prepared parchment paper Pyrex. Well, you can put it in any kind of a pan. You can put it in a round pan, square pan, oblong pan, whatever you have. And then you just let it chill in the fridge. And once it's chilled, you cut it into sections if you want, you know, squares. Or if you want it, sometimes if you're making fudge, say for a church bazaar, sometimes you just put the whole piece whole, you know, deliver it full on into the to the church if they want to sell it by the pound. That's good. It probably wasn't as quick as I should have been with the nuts, probably because I've been explaining things, but oh, I've got the back of the bowl to the camera. You can see, we just have to get it out. Could use another spatula. Thank you very much. Here we go. That one's not as good at scraping. Alrighty then. Let's get it. And it doesn't have to look beautiful at this point because you're just gonna be, resetting it, setting it back to a solid from its softened state. I know, this looks like I'm struggling today. It's usually just really easy. I probably could have let it go a little longer in the microwave. But I always worry about doing things on video, because if there's going to be a time when it goes wrong, it's going to be when you're trying to demonstrate something. So I didn't want to leave it too long, but it's still quite pliable. And when it sets again, it has a nice, kind of a nice shine to it. I don't know if you can kind of already see that. That's the fudge. Oh, I wish we could smell it. I wish you could smell it. It smells great. I like the vanilla in it. I like the way it smells with the vanilla in it. Okay, so that's basically it. It goes into the fridge for an hour. It says chill 2 to 3 hours until firm. Well, you don't have to chill this one as long because the microwave cools off faster than if you boiled it over a double boiler. So that's it for this. I'm going to put it in the fridge and I'll be back with the finished product. Okay, I'm back. It's been about an hour. And the fudge seems to have solidified. Pretty good. See what I mean? I will rinse this out and wash it, but I've already done the other dishes for the fudge. So what you can do, you can just wrap this up and put it in plastic and keep it until you need it for the holiday. You can freeze it, but now it's just a matter of cutting it up. I don't know how this cutting board's going to work, being that it's glass, but we'll see. By waiting only an hour, you can see it's pretty easy to cut. It's still a little soft. You could either just score it now or cut it into your small squares or large squares, whatever you plan on doing with it. If it gets very hard, it's harder to cut up naturally. So doing it after about an hour is pretty good. I'm going to cut it each way. I mean, I don't cut it. I let all the jagged edges go in when I give fudge or put it in a box. Not a heck of a lot of nuts, but I doubled the amount. See, if you wanted to, you could take the jagged edges off and just have nice straight pieces and give all this to the family. Like it was, if you wanted to be fancy about your gifting. I don't do that because this is just all for family. When we do it for the church, I just give big blocks and they do whatever they want with it. Okay, we're getting a little crooked now. But this is it. I mean, this is all there is to it. It's a real fast, it's a fast treat to make for company for the holidays or to give as a gift. People love getting fudge. My husband loves to get fudge. When the kids go places and there's like a candy counter with fudge in it, they always bring him fudge. He loves it. As a matter of fact, he wants this now. He'll want this now. Now, you can put it back in the fridge so it gets a little harder. I just wanted to take it out after an hour so it would be easy to cut up. That's it. Never fail fudge. Pretty easy for the holidays. Try it out. I think you'll like it.